It can be difficult to empathize with the lived experience of people in the ancient world. The reason for this is that in some ways they were very like us, and in some ways they were not like us at all. It can be tempting to view them as just like us, and it can be equally tempting to view them as overly alien, when the reality is neither of those two extremes. Imagine taking a Roman from the age of Augustus, someone who's walked the forum, watched gladiators in a packed amphitheater, and debated politics in a toga, and dropping them straight into modern America. What would they admire? What would horrify them? Let us break down 3 things an ancient Roman would love about modern American life, and 3 things they would absolutely hate. Let's start with the positives, because surprisingly, there are quite a few. Romans adored monumental works. These were people who built roads straight through mountain ranges, aqueducts that carried water for miles, and stadiums that held tens of thousands. So when our time-traveling Roman sees modern America's skyscrapers, interstate highways, massive bridges, and enormous stadiums, they'd be thrilled. They might not understand how electricity works, but they'd know grandeur when they see it. To them, the United States would look like an empire that has mastered large-scale engineering on a level they didn't even dare dream of. Imagine a Roman engineer staring up at the Golden Gate Bridge or walking into an NFL stadium. You'd probably hear something like, "By the gods, so the aqueducts got bigger." Romans were famously proud of their legal tradition. They loved rules, categories, procedures, offices, and the idea that law was what made civilization possible. So when they encounter modern America's legal system, with its thousands of statutes, specialized courts, lawyers, judges, and entire education tracks devoted to law, they'd admire the sheer sophistication. Sure, they'd be confused by the Constitution, baffled by judicial review, and horrified that citizens can sue the government. But the complexity, the specialization, the prestige of lawyers. A Roman jurist would say, "Yes, good, this is civilization but more." Romans were obsessed with spectacle. Chariot races, gladiatorial games, public festivals, these were the social glue of the empire. So modern America's entertainment industry would simultaneously blow their minds and make them feel right at home. Massive sports arenas, concerts with tens of thousands of people, giant screens, special effects, and non-stop public events. A Roman walking into a packed basketball game or a Super Bowl broadcast would instantly understand, the games. These people are like us. Now let's talk about what would infuriate them. And trust me, this list is just as strong. Romans loved hierarchy. Your class, your family, your clients, your patrons, these defined your identity. Modern America's emphasis on equality, informality, first-name basis, and social mobility would make a Roman deeply uncomfortable. The idea that anyone could become wealthy or powerful without lineage or patronage? They'd call that chaos. A senator from Rome walking into a modern coffee shop and watching customers call baristas by their first names would think society had collapsed. Romans expected shared rituals, processions, sacrifices, state festivals. Religion and the state were intertwined. So when they see modern America, where religion is private, varied, and not mandated, they'd feel something was missing. No state cult, no public sacrifices, no temple where the entire population gathers for civic rights. To them, this absence would feel like a society floating without anchors. Romans thought in terms of duty, to family, to ancestors, to the state. Modern America's celebration of personal freedom, individual choice, and do your own thing would strike them as dangerously selfish. The idea that someone could reject family expectations, choose their own profession, move wherever they want, believe whatever they want, and live however they want, without consulting elders or patrons, would be bewildering. They'd see it not as freedom, but as fragmentation. So, in the end, a Roman in modern America would admire our engineering, our legal system, and our massive entertainment culture, but they'd be horrified by our lack of hierarchy, our missing civic rituals, and our hyper-individualism. Of course, this list is not comprehensive. What are some other things Romans would have loved about the modern world, and what are some other things they'd have hated? Let us know in the comments below. This video is now in your past. We hope to see you here again in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.